All right, I'm going to do all these problems, even though you're only assigned 9 and 11, because they're worth looking at for all of them and knowing how to do. So, number 8, what are two other ways to name line EF? I know it's a line because it's got an arrow on both sides of it, and that indicates a line. Okay, so here is where we're looking at EF. Okay, and you can name a line using any 2 points. Okay, so for number 8, we can say, excuse me, stuff on my screen. We can say, let's take any 2 points that are on the line and name it. So we can call it, instead of EF, we could just reverse them and call that line FE. We could also use the B in there. We could say it is line EB, or reverse that for line BE. You could also do FB, line FB, and line BF. Those are all legitimate names for it, as long as you have named 2 points that are on the line. Okay? So, that was number 8. Number 9, what are 2 other ways to name plane C? And you'll see here that C is just named with a letter saying with the whole plane that this is sitting on is C. The only way that you can do that is if it's a unique plane that's already mapped out. If that was just considered a single point, then there'd be no way for you to name a unique plane with just a single point. Okay, but since it's just sitting on this boxed out plane, we can actually name it using any 3 unique points that are on the plane. Okay, so we would say plane. There's no symbology for it, so you just say plane and then name 3 points on it. We could say plane EGB, or plane FGE, or plane, say BGF. Of course, you could reverse those letters into different orders, all of that. Those are just some of the possible answers. Okay. Now, number 10, name 3 collinear points. We need 3 points that are on the same line. So any 2 lines, any 2 points will describe the line, but then you need a 3rd point also on it. So if we wanted to, we could say point E, point B, and point F are all on the same line. Yeah? Now we don't know, we can say that E lines up with G, but we don't necessarily have a 3rd point for that. And you need to see the symbology of it. You need to see the single line with the arrows on it, knowing that that's a single line, and then the points landing right on it. Okay? And number 11, name 4 coplanar points. So, coplanar points means any 4 points that are on the same plane, and we know that any 3 lines, or 3 points rather, will describe a unique plane. We can see that E and B and F are all there, and we also have point G landing on it. If it's not on it, then you wouldn't see it exactly represented the way that you do. You'd see it kind of floating up above it or down below it. So we say, now we've got point E, everything that was in that collinear set of points for the number 10, point B, point F, and then additionally, we need to name point G also as well. They're all on that same plane C, or we could name it with any 3 points. You only need 3 points to name a plane, and we went through in class why any 3 will make a any 3 points, there's some plane that will go through all three of them. But then the fourth one, maybe it will, maybe it won't, right? Is the four-legged chair tipping, or is it not tipping? If it's not tipping, they're all 4 feet are coplanar, and if it is tipping, that means that they're not all 4 on the same plane. Okay, so you can pick any 3 of them and say there's a plane through 3 of them, but not one plane that runs through all 4. So there you go.